Our next guest is no stranger to our home, and today he is here making a one-pot oven-roasted halibut that, my goodness, will melt in your mouth and knock your socks off. I'm not even exaggerating. Please welcome back our dear friend, Brad Miller. Hey, Brad.
Thank you for having me.
We are so excited to have you, and I'm so excited for this fish recipe in particular, because not only is it easy to make, but it is a showstopper. It really impresses people that people feel like that, you know, they're like cordon bleu chefs when they make this.
Yeah, being a restaurant chef, we don't do a lot of like one-pot dishes kind of thing, but this is the first, to me, one-pot dish that's insane, amazing, and delicious.
And so easy.
Very, very, very easy to do.
So easy. And it begins with actually making the sauce and the base. So tell us what goes into the pot first.
So this is, one-pot dish, but you got to start with a little bit of a base, and our base is going to be our bell peppers, onions, garlic, tomato. I just have a little bit of grapeseed oil, olive oil in here, if you will. Nice, heavy bottomed pot. You don't want anything too big. You want it, we're gonna kind of put it in the oven. It's gonna steam itself. It's kind of gonna reduce in here. So we want like a smaller pot but heavy bottomed.
Okay, no stock pot. That's too.
No stock pot.
All right.
We're gonna go bell peppers, onions in right away.
Okay.
We're gonna get these kind of getting their water out of them, kind of reducing down a little bit.
6-7 minutes.
I would say 6-7 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Really fast. Garlic, and this is a nice hot pot. So it's already kind of breaking everything up. The waters are coming out. It's already getting extremely fragrant.
I know.
In here.
Gosh, it smells so good.
So I want to just give it a stir, get everything broken up. And then this is kind of we're going to deglaze twice. We're going to deglaze our tomatoes because the water is going to come out and it's going to kind of make a sauce in the pan.
Which is so great. What kind of tomatoes do you like to use?
I like to use any kind of sweet, small tomato. You can do teardrop, you can use cherry tomatoes, but anything in season is the best way to go because it's going to have the most tomato flavor, the most sugar in it.
Right. Now, could you switch out the bell peppers for those, you know, the sweet peppers, you know what I'm talking about, that come in their different colors, red and orange and yellow?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you want to have a really good time, you could put some jalapenos in here, some poblanos, spice it up a little bit. But this is just so simple. These are things that I usually already have in my fridge.
Right.
So the next part is going to be season it up. And as soon as we add a little salt, it's going to pull that water out of the tomatoes, start reducing down, pull the water out of the bell peppers, the onions. Everything's starting to get happy and marry together a little bit.
Okay. And then we start to add some of the spices. This is where
Yes.
it starts to get very flavorful.
Yes, I'm going to add a little bit of espelette. Very fancy word for, it's a pepper, it's a piment, it's a sweet pepper.
Okay.
So I'm going to add a little espelette.
So why is it called espelette? What language
It's
is
basically a Basque, from the Basque region.
Oh, okay.
So a little Spanish, a little French. It's got a little bit of everything in there. And then I do basil in the beginning and at the end for garnish too. And basil is just going to be that herbaceous flavor. It's going to kind of wake up everything. And here's what's really fun. I'm going to let this normally, I would say 4 or 5 minutes, like you said, 7 minutes. Let it reduce. Let everything get kind of married and delicious. And then deglaze.
With some white wine?
Little white wine.
Does it matter what kind of white?
Anything you have. Anything that you would drink is what you should cook with.
Okay.
Because anything that's not going to taste, you wouldn't like, oh my gosh, I don't like this wine. Then you're not going to like it in your food.
It's going to taste like vinegar.
It's going to taste like vinegar. Exactly what it's going to taste like. It's going to taste like the wine from the next day. When you always try to have that second glass, you're like, eh.
Right.
So I want to take this, and this is the total one-potness of it all, is even though this has seasoned salt and pepper in there right now, or salt and espelette, I'm still going to season my halibut.
Now, you know, when you're pan-searing halibut or any sort of fish, I know that you want to dry it very well. Is that the same here or no?
This is, I always like to dry it just to get in the habit of making sure you have a nice dry fish. But this is kind of, again, a fancy word for it. It's like in papillote, which is in paper. It's going to steam itself. It's more of a poached, kind of healthy halibut dish.
Kind of nestle it in there?
I'm going to nestle it in. And that's just so it sits on the juices and the juices cook it. And honestly, you can even take a little bit and kind of cover it up.
Look at that. Are we going to add capers in there, or do we add that after?
We're going to add the capers in right now because they're so briny. I don't want to cook them out. I want to add them in right at the end.
I love capers so much. Capers and fish is one of my favorites. You can pretty much put capers with lemon butter or just like that.
And capers are cool because you can take capers, buy them, keep them in the back of your fridge forever. Now there is an expiration, but let's be honest, it's forever. You can keep them.
They're pretty much pickled. So how long will we leave it on the stovetop before we put it into the oven?
So normally I'm going to let this cook for, I would say right now, these are thinner pieces, so I'd go about, actually they're medium thick. I would say about 4 to 5 minutes. Then we're going to cap it.
Oh.
And we're going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes because these are nice size.
Okay,
But if they were thicker, I'd go 40.
So 35 minutes and it's not going to overcook.
Oh, it's not. It's going to steam itself gently.
Okay, I'm going to help you because
Thank you, Deb.
this is a tricky oven and that's a heavy pot.
And we're going to pull out this delicious. Can you already smell that?
Oh my goodness.
All those peppers, that fish, that fresh fish smell.
This is one of those recipes that when you walk through the door at home, you're like, whoa, who's cooking what? This is so good.
And this has all that steam is all the juices. That's not just water. That's the vapor of all these delicious tomatoes and peppers and garlic and capers.
Chef,
all this mixed together.
Now we're going to plate this and you are going to garnish it and top it off with some beautiful sour cream, but not just any regular sour cream.
Lemon sour cream.
I had never heard of this in my life, and now it's going to be my new favorite thing.
This lemon sour cream it's unbelievably easy. You'll never guess what's in it. Lemon and sour cream. A little bit of salt. Keeping it super simple here.
It makes it sort of feel elegant.
Yeah, it actually, this dish looks like you spent hours in, like at the stove and really cooking this down, when really this is like a one-pot, 5-minute dish.
Wow.
And it just cooks up amazingly. And it's so, we cooked this for a while, and the fish is still juicy. It's still perfuming the whole place.
And by the way, super satiating.
Oh, yeah.
And also really good for you. So before we go, you have to tell me what's going on over at Tastemade and all your new episodes of Make This Tonight.
So at Tastemade, I did 3 episodes of this amazing show called Make This Tonight. And what it is basically it's very professional chefs making food, that you would normally make in a restaurant, but doing it, for people at home. And it's just such a cool show, super fun. You'd love it. You
do such a great job. And you know what? That's what people want these days. They don't want you to make it like baby steps for us. Show us how it's really done.
Yeah, exactly how you'd make it in the restaurant. And that's our secrets. Now we're giving away our secrets for the restaurants. Nobody's going to come back anymore. But,
oh, that's not true. Everyone still likes it when someone makes their dinner.
And this is one of those dishes too. This is just so simple, so amazing, and the flavors are out of this world.
1,000%, Brad, you're amazing. You are out of this world, my friend. For the full recipe, make sure to visit hallmarkchannel.com, and you can always connect with Brad on all of his social media at Chef Brad Miller.